If you're watching this video, you should know that Google has entered the thinking and reasoning market with the release of the Gemini 2.0 Flash thinking model, which has been ranked as the best model in thinking and reasoning sector by LM Arena AI. So in this video, we are going to see whether Gemini 2.0 Flash is worth the position of the leaderboard or not by testing it out with some logical problems and some reasoning problems by our own. So let's get started. But before we move towards the video, if you're watching this for the very first time, my name is Kev and you are watching AIBROS. So we are on my screen, and before we move ahead, let's check the leaderboard which I was talking about in the start of the video. So this is the leaderboard by LM Arena, and they have ranked number 1 to Gemini 2.0 Flash thinking model. Currently this model is under experiment, so let's see what this model can do. And before we move ahead, let's get a quick overview of what this model is exactly and how Google has described about this model. So they have said that combining speed and performance, Flash 2.0 Flash thinking experience also excels in science and math, showing it thinking to solve complex problems. So as the description says, that it can go for math problems, science problems, and say complex reasoning problems, if I would. As you can see, the features, the interesting part, the benchmarks over here. Gemini 2.0 Flash thinking has a benchmark of 73.3% in AIME 2024. In terms of science, it has 74.2, some good stats, I would say. And if we compare it with what we did in the last video, so if you don't know about it, this is the graph of DeepSeek comparison over here. So I'll just give it a split screen to get you a better view. Okay. So if you don't know about this graph, you should probably refer my DeepSeek versus Kimi video, which is on this page itself there, or you can find these stats at the DeepSeek R1 documentation as well. So just comparing it at the science benchmark, which is GPQA Diamond. As you can see here, we have the GPQA Diamond benchmark. So DeepSeek R1 has performed 71.5%, and talking about OpenAI's O1, 75.7%. It has done quite good when compared to DeepSeek R1 and a bit close to OpenAI's O1, but still lagging behind. So there is no comparison for multimodal reasoning over here, so we cannot check that. AIME 2024 math, we can compare DeepSeek R1, I think still on top. The DeepSeek R1 is like killing in maths, I would say. Then OpenAI's O1, then I would say Gemini 2.0 Flash. So not better than DeepSeek R1 and O1, but let's see what it can do. So before we move ahead, I have few problems over here. As you can see on my screen, I have few questions for Gemini 2.0. What we'll be doing is we'll be passing these questions to Gemini 2.0 Flash, and we'll see how it responds. Does it give us a correct answer? Does it mess up with the answer or not? So we'll just see how it goes. So at Google AI Studio, and this is Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental model, you can easily access it over here. I'll put the link of Google AI Studio in the description of this link. And let's see, there's this pop-up card which tells about Gemini 2.0 Flash, the input and output price. Currently they have like made it free because it's an experimental model, best for multimodal understanding, reasoning, and coding. And they have some rate limits over here. The knowledge cutoff is August 2024. Seems to be quite, quite early compared to the other models. So let's start with this, and we'll start with question number 1, which is basically a simple question. It's just very simple question. Look at the series 80, 10, 70, 15, and 60. What number should come next? So there are 4 options, and let's see how it has answered. The given series is 80, 10, 70, 15, 60. So the logic behind this is very simple, that if you would see 80, then 70, then 60, a jump of 10, then 10, 15, an increment of 5. So the next one, I think it should be 20, and the answer is A, 20. And this is the thought of the model. So it has given us the right answer. Pretty simple series, but it has solved it correctly. Let's head towards our second question. So it is also a series of numbers, but a bit complicated, I would say. 17, 17, 34, then 20, 20, 31, and 23. So not that complex, but a bit puzzled. So 17 to 20, an increment of 3, 20 to 23, an increment of 3, then 34 to 31, a decrement of 3, and the next number should be like the 23 and decrement of 3, so that should be 28. So answer should be E. Let's see if it has solved it correctly or not. So the final answer is E, right? So it has correctly solved this question as well. It has given us the logic that the first number of each group 17, 20, 23. This is an arithmetic progression with a common difference of 3, as we discussed. Second number of each group 17, 20. So the third group should be 23, 23, 28. Group 1, 17, 17, 34, 20, 20, 31, 23, 23, 28. So the series is 17, 17, 34, 20, 20, 31, 23, 23, 28. So basically it has done a great job, I think. So moving towards the third question. So some kind of a pattern question over here where we have, we need to identify which is the right option of the pattern. And we'll just give the model this question and we'll ask it to, answer the question correctly. And we'll just run through the logic and let's see how we can solve this question. So this is also pretty straightforward question, but can be a tough one to an LLM model. The logic is pretty straightforward. The design has two squares, one circle, a triangle. The other design also has two squares, a triangle, and a circle. The third design also has a square, a circle, and a triangle over here. So the last design should also have two squares, a circle, and a triangle. So two squares. So it is missing one square and a circle. So one square and a circle. So let's see. This gives us the sequence of shape is square with circle inside, square with triangle inside, blah, blah, blah. The thinking part talking about. So the final answer it has given is D. It can be D as well. It can be C also. Both the answers can be correct talking about the count over here. Let's see what the exact answer which I have counted over. The squares are below the other two, the first side or above the triangle and circle. But according to the document which we have taken the question from, the answer seems to be C. If you could explain the logic correctly, and if you feel that Gemini has answered it correctly, and if you feel that D should be the right answer, just comment down below. And if you feel C should be the right answer, just give this video a like over here. So this can be pretty tricky, but I'll go with the document answer. So according to that, Gemini has answered incorrectly. And if we go by the logical means, so I think Gemini was on the correct side. So by far it has performed really good. Let's check the next question, which is a bloodline question. So these type of questions are really tricky, and these type of questions are, many times these type of questions are really tough to answer. So, and I have got this from a competitive exam question paper. So let's see how it goes. Its answer is basically option C over here. And let's see. Yeah, so it has given us the right answer. Quite impressive. Can go through the thought, but it has explored basically each and every option. And it has gone through the question. We are given the following relationships. A plus B means A is the mother of B. You can pause the video and read the question if you want to find which expression shows that P is the maternal uncle of Q. So this was the actual question asked. It explored option A, then it explored option B, then it explored option C, then it explored option D, and it re-verified the option, and then it gave us the answer. So it was basically a chain of thought process where it went through certain steps to derive its answer, and when it came up to a certain answer, it re-verified it verified it, and then it re-verified it. So this was quite impressive. Last but not the least, my favorite, I usually try to solve Sudoku puzzles using LLM models. So actually, I feel that is the real test of intelligence of any LLM model, according to me. So if an LLM model could solve a Sudoku problem correctly, then I feel that LLM model is a success in reasoning and thinking part. So we'll just go to Sudoku online. And what I feel is we should start with the easier one. We'll just take a screenshot of this one and we'll just try if this could solve the Sudoku, and we'll give it the command solve the given sorry, my bad. Sudoku. Okay. So it is going through a series of thinking, and we'll see how it performs. By the time it solves the question, just let me know what do you think about Gemini 2.0 Flash, whether you're going to use it or not. It has many more capabilities. Google AI Studio is something which you should definitely try out in your day-to-day lives. You can share your screen, you can present, like you can, share your webcam video, and you can directly talk it via a voice conversation. So and it's pretty good. I have made a reel over this. I'll be making it a complete video over Google AI Studio. We'll surely share that. And okay, so it has given us the solution over here, 537. Let's try that out. 5-3. Oh, okay. I think. Okay, 5-3. I don't. Oh, okay. Oh, what's bad? Okay. Okay, so I think the puzzle got changed by the time we were discussing, or we'll just give it another try, because I don't think the puzzle was cool. So we'll just give it a shot, and it is thinking again. Let's fast forward this part. Okay, so we have the solution of Sudoku over here. Let's try this out. 5-3-1, 6, then 4, then 9, 8, 2, 7. By far it's good. 7, just one error. 796. So it has misunderstood the Sudoku again, I feel. We cannot change this one, but let's move with the solution. 381. This 543. Let's place the 3 over here. It is again wrong. I know that's wrong. I'm just going with the solution of Gemini. 284. Game over. So I feel it could not solve an easy Sudoku problem. At first it misunderstood the puzzle over here. I feel this can be one of the solutions, but this is not the solution. This is not the actual solution which we were expecting, or which the game was expecting. So I am I feel that Gemini 2.0 could not solve an easy Sudoku problem. So overall, if we come to a conclusion about Gemini 2.0 being the smartest in thinking and logical part, so I think it is not. It can be with other logical and reasoning problems, but by far with the test which we have just performed on Gemini 2.0, it could not solve the Sudoku problem. It was not able to give the right answer to the last problem, the C and the D part. It got confused over there. So I think there is much more scope with the LLM models to improve in thinking and logical part. We humans are quite fortunate that we have that bracket of space. We have that bracket where we could perform and we could improve ourselves. So that's it for this video. I hope you like this comparison. Make sure to drop your valuable comments, and I see you in the next video. Bye.